All right, so we did the first property. Now we're going to move into the second property here, which is this 4525 10th Street. So again, go to residential, general. So what did I say? 4525, 4525. How many does that pull up? Pulls up one. I'm going to go ahead and select it. I'm going to take a look at this guy. I'm going to move a little faster here. So, yeah, pretty piece of crap property that we're after. You're going to select it, hit map. This is a good time to talk about busy streets. So you can see this property sits on a busy street. Um, we do offer on busy streets. This one's not actually real busy, this 10th Avenue. It's these yellow ones that we really want to be careful about because those properties are very hard to sell. But whenever you get a property on a busy street, it automatically affects the value, brings the value down. So just so that you know that. So this area, this neighborhood here, it's kind of sitting in the middle of the neighborhood. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the, good chunk of that neighborhood. Take a look at it. So then we're going to go back to criteria under contract sold. I always hit detached, and then going back to our spreadsheet, the square footage is it's under 1,000. So whenever it's under 1,000, there's not going to be a ton of properties that are under 1,000. So I'm going to do like 0 to 1,100. Usually I'm doing like plus or minus a couple hundred or 300 square foot on this the total square footage range. Like this one, I'm going to do like 900, 1,400, and see how many houses I get in that range. If there's too many, I'll shorten that range up. If there's not enough, I'll widen that range out. But on these that are less than 1,000, I usually just do like a 0 to like 1,100 or 0 to 1,100 would be a good number, and see how many properties I get. So total square footage 0 to 1,100. Get rid of the number because remember we're still down at 1 right here, but we want to get rid of this so that tells us how many properties we have. We have 19. That'll work. So then we want to look at our results. So let's go ahead and hit the 19 matches, search. Again, you're going to have to go up here and so you can see all of them. Got a couple $1 million, 1.5 million. They're probably not. I don't know what that's all about. You're going to see weird stuff in there once in a while. That's not what we're after. So you want to make sure you're looking at comparables. So this is 4525. This is the property. I'd like to see what this is about real fast. Very strange. This what's going on with these? Don't know. Don't care. So anyways, let's go back to results. Single line. Get rid of those guys. Okay. So they want 229 for this property, and we got solds running all the way up to 437, right? So we want to go take a look at the houses around this sold. There's not a lot at all. This is going to be tricky. Something's going on over here. They must be scraping these and building apartment buildings because of the light rail right here. Be my guess. Okay, so let's take a look at a few properties in that area. So this one's pretty tough to comp. There's just not a lot of solds that are close by. This one's kind of old and outdated house. Let's start going down the list and see if we can find. This one's completely fixed up. Beautiful. This is white, new cabinet, stainless steel. Where are you at? Let's clear up there. How long has this guy been on the market? Let's take a look at that. So this guy's been on the market 7 days. Take a look at this 340. Yeah, so I think this is a much closer value. So new tile, you can see it's pretty modern tile, modern sink. I always look at the bathrooms and kitchens. This is being lived in it, so it's not brand new remodel, but it's been remodeled in the last 5 years. So it has the granite countertops. It has the new cabinets, stainless steel appliances. It looks like the wood floor has been redone. It's been recently painted. Looks pretty nice, right? So their sold price for 340. I'm gonna work with that number. It's the best we have in this neighborhood, and so I'm gonna work with that one. So I'm gonna go 340, 340. So that gives me a 240 purchase price. So just so you know, what's happening here is that this ARV is being pumped into this formula right here. It's being dumped into here, and I've already got this formula laid out to minus $25,000 rehab, and then how much profit margin I want to make, which is this 22%. It's a number that I'm constantly changing depending on the market, but you don't need to worry about that right now. So when you put in an ARV, it pumps into here, which dumps out this purchase price right here. So 240 on this one. And so going back to our spreadsheet, 240, they want 229. Let's take a look at this property one more time. Because that's this. What I'm looking for is to see if there's anything structural repairs are recommended and has been priced accordingly. That's what I was wondering, because it was priced so much lower than what the market would actually bear for that. Because this number here, this purchase price, is what they should really be at. And you're going to run across that once in a while. They're quite a bit lower than what we're willing to offer. So then I stop and I take a look. This has structural issues going on, which are very expensive to repair. So on this, I would offer, it's tough to say, but 30, when they have structural, I would I'm trying to make this easy for you. So I think the way to go about this is, if it has structural, it's been listed for a while, stop, don't make an offer on it until you go look at it and we look at it together. But if it doesn't have structural, or if it does have structural, then it's only been on market for a few days, like this one. It's only been on market 7 days. Gosh darn it, it's a tough one. You're gonna have to get with me on those. But on this, start with 219, go 10,000 less, and move on. All right, so let's move on to the next one. The structural ones are really difficult. So 6509 is the next one. 6509, 2 matches, search. 6509, 6509 is right here. Let's take a look at this guy. Oh yeah, look at that. It needs a ton of work, right? All right, so Commerce City map, zero in on the check mark. Is he sitting on a busy street? No. So we're good there. This is where this little line thing comes in pretty handy. Boom. And then we're going to go to criteria. Under contract sold, detached, total square footage. So you're starting to see the system here, right? This 1,100 square foot, so we're going to do, let's say 900 to 1,300, or no, let's do 950 to 1,350, right? All right, and then it still shows 1. Get rid of the address. Shows 13. Let's take a look, see what's going on. Go in here, select that we can view all of them. This one, what was that address again? 79th Street. It's right here. We want 250. Looks like the highs sold. So immediately, there's not much difference in the high solds in this neighborhood, so I'm going to go right into them. Not even pull up the map. So, 310 looks like, yeah, I mean, he's right there anyways. 310 is pretty darn close. 310. Completely fixed up. This one's completely done. Brand new furnace, hot water heater. Let's look at the kitchen. Interesting, I'm not going right to the kitchen. There it is. New kitchen, new bathroom. He took weird photos, kind of bent, but new tile. This is it. This is our comp. 310. This one's actually real simple because we're right there. He's right there. We're within a stone's throw away. That makes it really easy to determine the ARV. It's 310. It sold for 310. And so then we just go into our spreadsheet. We put in 310, 216. They want 250. They're way over asking price, right? But that's what we're going to offer. So moving on. And just so you know, when we offer way below like this, a lot of times they're going to flat out reject the offer. They're going to call and they're going to be pissed. They're going to be pissy about it. They're going to send shitty emails. Don't worry about it. What we're doing here is we're setting it up for later because chances are they're not going to be able to sell that property for 250. We saw how crappy it was. They're eventually going to have to come down in price. And the seller's going to get to a point and be like, hey, we need to come down in price. Do you remember that offer that offered us 216 cash? And that's when they're going to come back and they're going to call us back and be like, hey, are you still willing to do that 216 cash? And so a lot of times they'll come right back to you if they can't get it sold for whatever. And that is golden when they do that because it's still listed at 250. No other investor knows that they're willing to now take 216. I lock it up and then I go sell it for 220 and somebody fixes it up and sells it for 310. So that's the beauty of that. So let me check to see how much longer I have on this video. So I'm going to pause this. We're going to do a couple more and then we're going to call it good.